So, yes, and I have a bunch of stuff with me. I'm going to explain what these are as we move forward. I have a copper plate, I have a copper target, and also I have a rock in my hand. I just grabbed this rock from outside. So, yeah, let's start. So, yes, this is the first dry printing technology out there that you can print now multi-materials at the same time. So if you noticed, almost the entire ecosystem for printing electronics is based on ink. So you need to first manufacture ink, but this technology is ink-free, and everything is pure. You can do multifunctional and multi-material printing at once. So the reason that we were interested in this technology, creating this technology was we came to conclusion that if you're talking about printed electronics, you need to be able to print various components, including antennas, maybe sensors, maybe batteries, supercapacitors, LEDs. But how would you do it? You need technology that can print metals, semiconductors, insulators, maybe alloys, nanocomposites, or compounds, right? So we started digging into the ecosystem, and we found that the entire ecosystem is ink-based. And usually one ink takes between 1 to 2 years to manufacture. That is the reason why 95% of the printing system is still they are printing silver. Beyond silver still is a big problem. The reason is the ink manufacturing itself is a big challenge. The ecosystem is complex, it is expensive, it takes a long time, maybe 1 to 2 years, and also the limited shelf life. Once you have the ink, if you're lucky, you can save it for 6 months. If you leave it outside, the next day you have to throw it away. You're talking about thousands of dollars. And of course, after you print, you have to do post-processing. And the post-processing itself, it means extra cost for the machine and also extra time. And many of the materials that you do post-processing, they oxidize, and you cannot print them. For example, there has been a lot of effort on printing copper, but still there is a big challenge of oxidation because of this post-processing. And beyond that, because you're adding a lot of polymers and additives into your ink becomes contaminated. And if you're talking about electronics, you don't want any contaminations. Well, how would you go around that, right? And at the end of the day, you have a lot of machine cleaning. Every single time that you print, you have to wash your machine. Otherwise, your components gets damaged and you have to change. You're talking about a lot of cost. So just putting everything into perspective, you can see that the entire supply chain for the ink-based industry is extremely complex, and it is not sustainable, and it has a lot of emission issues. For example, you need to first make the nanopowders. Number two, the nanopowder industry should send the nanopowders to ink manufacturing industry to make the ink. It takes years. And then it goes to printing machines. You print it, then you have to do post-processing, and finally you have the products. So that is the complexity of the ecosystem. Now, our technology is one-of-a-kind technology that we have in the market that integrates all those 4 industries into one machine. All you need is a solid target of your material. This is a copper target that we purchased it for $60. This is 99.999% pure copper. And this machine will generate nanoparticles on demand and in real time using laser. And it creates a jet out of these pure particles, and it will sinter them at the same time. So no post-processing involved. The entire ecosystem is in one printhead. We are talking about thousands of dollars saving in the material itself and also time. Now, for example, if you buy a ink for copper, for 50 milliliters is about $1,000. Half of it is wasted in the pipelines, and you have to wash it away. The other half uses for a few days. This target, we have been using it for 1 year, and still 1/4 is not used. $60. Now, the technology is offering you, of course, you don't need any ink, no contaminations at all. You can start from 99.999%, and you can end up with that purity. And then you have no pollution involved and no post-processing. It is extremely eco-friendly. It doesn't use any water, any chemical, right? And it is capable of printing multi-materials. You can put up to 6 different targets into the system, and it's fully automated, and you can program the machine to print up to 6 materials. It is extremely cost-effective when it comes to material use. We can use various type of solids, including, well, follow me on my website, and you can see that I'm going to print this when I go back. I'm going to print the rock, right? I'm going to print this, put this rock inside the machine. I'm going to print it, and you will see the video of the print.